Documentary, originally from the French film documentaire, which means a literal document on film. What's the purpose of a document? The simplest explanation is something factual, meant to provide a record of something. To go even deeper into its etymology, the document was meant to teach and instruct, to provide a proof, an example, a lesson. The very first documentary ever made was a film called Nanook of the North. It premiered in 1922, and it was the first time in film history that a filmmaker had filmed real people doing real things and used the footage to tell a story. It's 100 years later, and with the advent of social media, from Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, what constitutes a documentary today? Are you a documentarian even if the things you document? Your daughter lighting the menorah? Your friend surprising you at your birthday party? Your solitary hike up a mountain? Aren't ever seen by a mass audience? If a tree falls in a forest and there's nobody around to hear it, doesn't make a sound. Why do we want to capture these things? What is it about the slices of life we document that we want a record of? I wish there was a simple answer. But I believe there are as many reasons for documentaries, big and small, as there are people who make them. I can only speak for myself, for my memories, for the things that are important to me, for the things I want proof of, for examples of the real people in my life, providing a record of the people I love. But I wanted to know what other people thought, so I took to the streets to find out. I don't like documentaries. I think they're dumb. You know, I'm not big on the documentaries. They're always so sad. Do you know what I'm saying? Always so depressing. I'm depressed enough. I don't need to watch a documentary to make me depressed. If I'm going to watch something, if I'm going to consume media and content, I want it to be uplifting and positive. I want it to be a joyful experience. And most things that I see are not that. They're killing animals or they're starving children. I don't have the time. I'm starving for attention. So, no. However, I will say, there was a documentary that came out a couple years ago. So uplifting, so full of love and joy, laughter. What was it called? I watched it over and over again. A little bit older. Waiting for Goldberg. You ever seen it?
I like taking videos of hot girls at the gym.
You know, I don't know why I record videos. A lot of times it just feels like something comes over me. It's a feeling that I feel, and it tells me that this moment's important and that it matters. And so it could be something so silly, like I'm sitting by a lake listening to a song and the sun's shining or the wind's blowing or even the birds just in the trees, and it just feels important. And it feels like I want to remember it. So I whip my phone out and I'll just take a video of it, and I'm not going to post it or anything. It's not for anyone to see. It's just for me, because in this moment I felt connected to something. But it's not even that serious. A lot of times it's just I'll be with my friends and we're having a good old time. We're laughing, and I pull my phone out and take a video of it because it's funny and it makes me laugh. And I guess the hope is that at some point when I am feeling a little sad, or if I'm feeling lonely, I guess, that I'll be able to whip that phone out again and watch that video, and I won't feel so alone anymore, and that I'll remember my friends who love me and who I love, and I'll laugh again. Now, you know, I don't know if that's a documentary per se, as you define it, but it's something I'm documenting, so you know, I hope it counts. I like to take videos of my kids. They're 6 and 3 now, and it's not always going to be this way. You know, right now, I hang the moon. I'm the favorite person. You know, like when I was little, my dad was my hero. All that stuff kind of changes though as you get older. I remember I got to high school and I would get embarrassed by him when he would drop me off at school. And he'd roll down the window and he'd wave and say, "Bye, have a nice day." And I would just walk away, act like I didn't know who he was. I'd get pissed at him when he wouldn't let me borrow the car. Stupid stuff like that. All the good stuff, it wasn't as easy. We don't have the photos on the wall. We don't have the videos on Facebook or TikTok. So you don't have all those sparkly stuff, the stuff that shines out to you. So I guess, Yeah, now that it is so easy, I want to make sure I have a record of it. So when my kid becomes a teenager and he starts acting like a little shit, I can look back and I'll remember, there was a time when I used to be his hero. In this documentarian's opinion, I film things because I want proof that it mattered, that I mattered. I want evidence of the moments where I felt the most alive, the most loved, the most celebrated, and the most overjoyed. I need these documents to prove to me that I lived, that my experiences counted. And even if nobody ever sees my documentaries, I have them. I made them. And when I made them, they were important. From playing tag on a mountaintop in Australia, and dinner and game nights with family, to waiting in line at Disney World with friends. Here is my proof. Here is my evidence. These are my records, and in them, I hope you find something beautiful. I did.
Like, whoa, what are we supposed to do with all that wet, soggy mess?
I'm not. Whip out a. No, starting over. I'm taking videos of hot girls. Excuse me. My apologies, my God. But I believe there is many reasons. Blah, 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 blah.